Hello everyone. This is just a little warm-up. Well, not a warm-up, but I'm just going to see how these Instagram lives go. So it's really just following me doing a workout. If you have any questions while you're doing it, let me know. I do have the microphone on. I don't know if it works, but anyway, we'll go from there. This is honestly, it's not about numbers for me. It's just about seeing if anyone is keen to see what I do and how I do my workouts, so I can explain everything I do as I go. So I don't really have a plan for today. It's just more of a just get into it. I've got to finish in about 40 minutes, so it won't be too long. I think I'll do Woodchops and some bench press, and I'll try and go through how I'd normally program it as well. So big rotational movements first, and then a bench press is it'll be a heavy one. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Anyway, just follow along and see how we go. So I'll warm up first just with the Woodchop. I don't know if I can change my camera, but I'll just move this the other way. Any questions as well, just let us know. So start with the Woodchop. So a bit of a lightweight to begin with. There we go, that looks better. And just drop and shift, twist and push. So I like to, whenever I'm doing sort of heavier stuff, I like to just warm up with the same exercise. So I don't warm up by running or anything like that. I'd only warm up running if I was going running, really. It's really just getting that motion, right? And I've got a little bit of core engagement, inner unit engagement doing this. Drop, shift, twist, push. You know, do about, I don't know, anywhere between 10 to 15. I've been pretty warm for the day, so I've been working with clients, so demonstrating all morning. It's been good. And I think during my rest breaks or rest periods, I'll check if anyone's messaged. I'm not really expecting much at the moment. I haven't told anyone about this, but yeah. Any questions? Or eventually, what I'd really like is to organise something that everyone's just doing it together, like just train together. It's what I love to do. That's basically when I decided I want to do coaching. It was like, what do I love? I love training. You got to make a business from it somehow. But I think, you know, if people can work out together, that'd be the best. I don't know. That's what I dig. Anyway, so I was on a 4. I usually bump this up to like a 12 or a 13. Bit in my ego today. I'll go 13. See how we go. So. Alright, that's heavy. So what you want to do with this one, you really got to do the intra-abdominal pressure and engage the transverse abdominis and the pelvic floor. Really get that core control, core stability. So classic 10. We'll do 3 sets of 10. Classic hypertrophy. Okay. Oh, good. So then I basically just chill for for something like that, maybe a minute and a half. It's pretty good. Big rotational movement, I love them. Love the wood chops, and a wood chop is really it's really a leg exercise. You work with the biggest muscles first, so biggest to smallest. Big legs, bum, those big muscles go into the obliques, and the arms are the last thing. So now I don't have my timer on, but I do have a clock. So I've got 45 seconds left. Yeah, so it's been good, been nice. All right, 15 seconds and we're back into it. So when you're doing hypertrophy, you need to have your weight at around, say, 75 to 85%, right, of your 1 rep max. And that's, I feel like the weight I've got at the moment is pretty heavy. All right, back on. Just as important is your rest period, because you can't rest too long. You don't want to rest too short either. So you need enough time for the muscles to recover, but not enough time that they're fully recovered and you cool down. So when you get into strength training, it's a lot longer. You got anywhere between usually around 2 to 3.5 minutes, depending on what you're doing. And then, but for this, 1.5 minutes is fine. So again, core engagement, get your stability. Down. Now, the grip I've got at the moment is shit house, so I'll go change it after this. Oh, good. 2 down. Now I'm just going through the phases at the moment. Just going through the movements. I'll go get another handle. Bear with us. Be 2 secs. All right, way better handle. What is it? Nice one. I'll show you the other one. The rubber grip's gone in it. So this thing, you just got plastic, so that's why we've got new ones. But so the rubber's gone, so you lose your purchase on it, and when you get a bit of sweat going, you slip on the plastic. So, you know, all these little things, they're important. If you want to do a good wood chop, you've got to have good grip. You know, grip strength is so important. In fact, there's been studies that show that it's grip strength, VO2 max and leg strength that create, you know, physical longevity. So really really important. Like, you know, it might be just a little thing, but it's an important one. No, I didn't check the time either, but let's say we've got 15 seconds left. We'll hook in. Last set. All right, that'll do it. Yep. Good. Good, that's done. Now we go to the bench press. I don't usually do bench press. Well, I have been, that's all right. I haven't really done it up until the last few months. And my clavicles are quite low, and I've been working on that for a while, but the clavicles are low because I had an injury in my back in my late 20s, and I feel like it goes into protective mode. So it brings everything from the top down, pulls it down. So what was happening was I was getting a bit of an impingement in my right shoulder. And I was doing Swiss ball alternating dumbbell press. And I was really finding that I was getting impingement. So what I actually did is I went to a bench press, and it's usually, I found with a bench press you don't get as much scapular movement, right? Because of the bench. But I sort of needed that to teach myself how to push that scapula, my right scapula, onto the rib cage. Because once I could do that, I could do a press. And then I basically just worked on that press, like that movement and getting the chest up, getting the scapula onto the rib cage. And it's really helped my shoulder. So, you know, that's something, because I've been doing a lot of work on the upper traps as well. So it's not just a bench press fixes your shoulder. In fact, bench press really, more often than not, will damage your shoulder because you're restricting that scapular movement. But for me, I really needed to do something to restrict that movement, because I really had to learn to push it up onto the rib cage. So I'll just warm up with a couple of presses. Again, I'm not going for a run to do a bench press. Okay. So I really like to still try and keep my core engaged. Really focus on where my scapula's sitting, how it's moving, where my range is. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Not heavy. Now I do a lot of, I've lately been doing a lot of a mix of like hypertrophy strength and more like phase 1 exercises, more core and posture orientated exercises, and I found it to be a good balance. The strength stuff is starting to get the body a bit, so I might have to just take it easy a little bit, but which I do, maybe, sometimes. All right, here we go. Core's on, so I'm doing the full intra-abdominal breath. Okay, core's on, we're up, and then we go down, keep the scapula. Now I don't like to flatten the neck in this one. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. I don't know how that looked, but it felt all right. You got to get 100, don't you? I'll work up. I'll do 80 next. I think that's what you find as well. When you really work on core and posture, you know, and you've worked at that for a long time, you end up going to a you know, and haven't done a press for a long time, because I probably hadn't done a press in about 10 years. And you found that, you know, you struggle with 60 initially, but you ramp up a lot quicker because you've got that core stability, even on a bench. Like, a bench really takes out your stabilisers, and that's what you need to remember. That's why Swiss ball is so good with this stuff. I'm doing this now because it's right next to the cable machine, so, and I don't have to move the camera around everywhere and, you know, have the members of the gym in the video. But usually I'd be doing, I just use those dumbbells with the, over there, with the Swiss ball, and get a good, I really like that workout, and I usually pair it with a pulling exercise as well, like a 2-point row or something like that, but that'll be another video. We'll do that. Really just got to keep an eye on the time, and which I'll double check. Yeah, I've got about 20 minutes or so, so I'll get into this again. Again, you don't want to rest too long or too short. 60 is really just a warm up. About 90, 95 is probably where I'm quite comfortable at. But I'll try and get 100. Okay, scap it up. Good. All right, so enough of the 80. We're just going to run straight into the hungy, or the 225s for the people who do it in pounds. Is bench press a movement that has a lot of carryover? Not really. Now, unless you're doing a sport like rugby league or rugby union or somewhere, you know, jiu-jitsu, possibly even like the martial arts, judo and karate, I guess that there is some carryover, pushing a person away, or if you're on the floor, on the ground, you've got to push someone off you. There is. That's what I like to train, really. Like I do karate, but I don't really. I do more pushing movements with the cable if I was to do anything, because you've got more rotation, because it's more like a punch then. But anyway, we'll keep it going. All right, here we go. Oh, hungy, that's right, easy. Right. There you go. 4. So there we go. So now I'll probably just rest for a little bit. So yeah, we'll go a minute and a half, because you want the muscle fibres and everything to recover. Really have to try and get that. Anyway, it's good. If there's anyone watching this, just hope you're enjoying it. It's something brand new to me, but it's been good, actually. It's been good. I'm working out anyway, and I love to have a chat. Here we go. Big dog's on. Doing bench, mate. So, yeah, I'll bet you are. Just in the rest period now, and then we'll get into the... So I nearly had a minute. nearly there. So I'll probably, like with something like this, I'd probably do a probably about 3 or 4 set, because I'm only getting about 4 reps, so I'd probably do 3 or 4 sets. And that's going to be like with the cable woodchop that I just did and the bench press. It's going to be a big workout, like for the body. So I'd probably do some core right at the end. Finish all my stuff. So I have finished the warm-ups and I'm lifting 100 at the moment. I'm not doing any more. My ego wants to, but I'm not doing that, all right, mate? All right. Who's that? Rach. Hey, Rach. All right, that's about it. We're on now. There we go. So we got the 5. That was good. How was that, Pat? Is it rock and roll? So again, once you've done this, it's the rest period, right? Rest period is really important. And just to let you know, because I don't know who's still on here. Who's on? Rach. Hey, Rach. Pat's gone. Or he might come back. But this is the first time running this. Just want to see, I'm doing a workout anyway, and I've always, when I got into this, I was like, the real essence behind it was I love training. I just want to train people and train myself, and I thought this is probably a bigger way of reaching people. So, probably I'll see how this goes, and if it starts taking off, I'll do something a bit more formal where I'll say, look, at this time on this day, everyone jump on a machine or at home, and I'll do specific workouts. Like we might do a core and like a core session or a postural session, or we might do a shoulder, or we do anything. But I'm just doing my workouts and seeing if people like it. Actually, I don't care if people like it. I'm doing it anyway. But see if people are watching it. Probably got about 15 seconds, and I'll jump back on. That'll probably do that one, and I'm just going to jump on the drop back to 80, I'd say. Try and pump out a few of those, and then I think I'd finish with core. So 80. Like, and sometimes this is all your workout needs to be. They don't need to be hours long. There's been studies that show that, I've got them somewhere in my textbooks, but like once you get over 45 minutes, the benefit of training starts to drop significantly. So, like a half hour to 45-minute session is basically exactly what you want. Yeah, no worries, Rach, all good. Glad that you jumped on. I appreciate anyone that jumps on, it's awesome. Like I said, I haven't told anyone, so anyone that jumps on, sweet. Not long now, not long. Jump on. Like, and a big thing as well is like jumping on too quick. That's where you haven't recovered enough. You can fatigue too much and have poor form, and that's where injuries come from. So, rest periods are just as important as the amount of reps and sets. In fact, rest periods will really determine what muscle fibre you're working and what energy system you're working. So, rest is very, very important. If you're the type that finishes a set and jumps on the phone and just looks at your phone until you feel like, all right, now it's time. Don't get me wrong, I do that, but I've usually got my timer on. So as soon as I get on my phone, I'll put a timer on. I might check emails, Instagram, something like that. But it's really that you've got to have a timer on. If you know what energy system and what muscle fibre you're hitting, you really have to know what your rest period is. So, all right, I'll make this one the last set then. The other thing is, like with a push, I always like to buddy it with a pull, like a pull movement. So, hang on, we'll get this done. Core engagement, up we go. There we go. Done. I don't know where I'm going to go next. I might go into the other room. I'll take you for a walk. Actually, I've got a good one. I know what I'll do. I'll do Swiss ball halos. Be a good one to finish off with. And one thing I'll do, I gotta get a wipe. So, pretty good. It's a beautiful day too. Get out amongst it. I've got a mentoring session after this. That's why I've got to finish in probably about 10 minutes. All right. Let's go finish it. So this is elevation, by the way, or that's the altitude room. It's awesome. Hey guys.
No, I don't want to any.
Oh well, you're not going to be on it. And so. Oh, we'll try and find my own little spot here. This looks pretty good. All right, I'll set that up over here. Let's move this out of the way. Now, what I like to do, get a decent kettlebell. So usually about 16 is what I get. We'll finish off with this, shoulder and core. So, there we go. Yep, still got battery in the mic. Hopefully, everyone can still hear me. Whoever's on. All right. So, here we go. So, it's a kneeling exercise. They're really good. So, you want to get the core engaged, and then we want to do halos, so around. Create that instability, so the body has to create stability. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 11, 9, 20. Good. I'll probably do a minute rest now. So I'll go put the timer on. See how we go. Hello, Rose. I'm just decided to do these lives just to show people how I train. So get a gym set up at your house. So I'll do 2 more sets of that and that'll be my session. So be all good. So I've got 30 seconds left. And this one, like the weight, it's a 16 kilo weight. It's a good weight for me. Could I go heavier? Possibly. But it really creates more instability, and I probably should go a bit heavier, but you got to take into account also your shoulders. So we've worked the shoulders a bit with the press and with the Woodchop. So it's this type of thing you want to think about. You don't want to overdo it, because the top of the list should be the most neurologically demanding, and that's usually rotation and weight. So that's why I've gone the Woodchop first, then the press, and now you always finish with core, always. So really want to get on the ball. 16, here we go, away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when you're doing this, keep the head up. So you don't want to like tuck the chin or anything. Like you don't want to put your head down. You want to stay nice and tall, because you want to. If you put the head down, then your shoulders aren't getting that workout. You're not getting, and you're cheating yourself of core activation. Forgot what I'm up to now. 17, 18, 19, one more, 20. There we go. Chocky, my man. Just go. So anyone's still on? I've repeated this a few times already, but I'm on. Just trying something different. I do workouts anyway, and when I first got into coaching, the real reason behind it was I just loved training and I wanted people to train with me, and I thought, what a better way at the moment. I mean, you got to get past all the talking to a camera and that, but what a better way than like to reach more people than doing it through this live. So I haven't advertised or anything. I just wanted to see how today went, if I felt comfortable doing it. It was a good opportunity. There's not many people in the gym at this time, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, we've got one more set, and then I'll go home for a feed, and also my mentoring session, so should be good. Righto, let's do it. See, the other thing when you use a kettlebell, like when people first do this, you can use the kettlebell to shift your center of gravity. So if you feel like you're going to fall back, you put it forward, and vice versa. Bring it into your chest if you need to. Try and bring the hips forward as well. See, like that, there we go. I had to balance myself out then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. There we are. 10. There you go. That's my quick little session today. So I don't know how long that was. Half an hour, 35 minutes. got in what you needed to. Going to recover with some filtered water with salted grey sea salt. Have a feed when I get home. Be sick. Anyway, that's me. Thanks for those who joined, and I'll probably do some advertising or put some stuff out on Instagram and Facebook and stuff to come jump on with me next time I'm in the gym and feel like doing a workout. So have a good Friday and a good weekend, and see you soon. Got a workout to switch this off. There we go. See you.